Hi, this is Kevin with KGMJAM, owner of Pro Advertisers Club. Totally free site to advertise. Go to proadvertisersclub.com and join for free today and start advertising for free. Hopefully, this is the first of many platforms that OMI is going to be available on. Bitmart, as of today or tomorrow, 10 a.m., you can deposit OMI on Bitmart. You can't trade for it till the 11th, and then you can't withdraw till the 12th. So make sure you got that in mind if that's any kind of strategy you got going on. But it's Bitmart. I'm not familiar with Bitmart. I'm not using Bitmart, and I'm not going to. But it's still good to see. And I'm probably waiting for it to come on the Coinbase. And then, of course, if I can buy it on the app, on Veve app, I will do that. Uh, this is I get this DAP radar email once a week or so, or once a day, and they had the highest selling for that time frame, whatever that was. Top, yeah, top 10 NFT sales for the week, February 28th to March 6th, and one of the platforms I'm on finally made it. I've never seen Veve in this list, or and maybe that's because they're not able to be on the list. I don't know, but I've never seen any of the other platforms except Topshot. And but the Mickey Mantle made it at $470,000. They 175 wrapped ETH, which is the same thing as ETH, Ethereum. But look, here's what I wanted to point it out. Okay, this is a rock, and it's worth somebody. They paid almost $1 million for it. And you just go down in Axie Land. That's a game that I've heard about it, but I don't play it. And then some of this other weird stuff. But I think when I think of things that are going to be around for 5, 10 years, these are not those things. This, yes, the Topps Mickey Mantle card. And I mean, I could totally be wrong. I'm not a financial advisor. Listen to me at your own risk. This is entertainment purposes only. But the point I'm trying to make is I just would stay away from these kind of IPs that have just popped up because I don't know. I don't see the longevity in any of these programs. I've read up on some of them, and eventually somebody's going to get caught holding a bag. And one of the YouTubers, I can't remember his name, made a video about Recur, and Gary V, I think is his name. And the guy brought up a comment left on the video, made a very good point. It seems that everywhere Gary V goes, uh, there ends up being a lot of bag holders. And I got to do more research into that. But again, you don't want to get involved in something that's going to, during the hype phase, everything's building up. And then, excuse me, God. And then all of a sudden, you can't sell it because it's not that the price is dropping, it's just not valuable to anybody anymore. And as long as they keep adding utility and doing what the sites that I like to use are doing, that I look for, they might be okay, but I don't see it. I can see this 5, 10, 20, 50 years from now, probably 100. And Veve is the perfect example. Even though I know the prices are down, everybody's all about that. And what can you do? You hodl. If you got money, you take advantage of these low prices. There's really nothing else you can do at this point. You just gotta wait it out. Tomorrow's drop, Veve and Top Shot, I think, is doing a drop. Is Miss Marvel comic number 16, the first appearance of Mystique. And the I was a reader of comics back in the 70s, and that was right about when Miss Marvel came out. And she was a pretty awesome character, but she never got the writing. She got the artwork. I mean, she looked real good in the comics, but the writing, she never kind of got the same. treatment, I feel, as other comics got. And it's understandable. They were moving artists and writers all over the place. And what's sometimes they were writing 2 or 3 issues at a time. So Miss Marvel was always kind of a B-rated character because of that. And as this ties in with Disney Plus, Veve, and Marvel, it's that what's going to, like, when they drop a comic like this, why did they pick this comic? It's not just like they said, "Hey, let's just drop this today." They talked with Disney, they talked with Marvel, which are the same, but they've talked with them, and it's got something to do with the storyline of Disney Plus. It's all tied together now. And this issue right here, was a Avengers King Size Annual #8, and this is how you can tell or figure out maybe where the story's going to go, because there's Doctor Strange, and he's the next batter up as far as his own movie and what's going to define what at first I couldn't stand. I'm tired of time traveling, but the way they're doing it, I understand why they're doing it. It's going to help them combine all the different studios, like the original X-Men movies and Marvel movies, and combine them and have an explanation for it, is because of Doctor Strange and the Infinity Stones and all that. And they're doing, the more I see what they're doing, I think they're doing an excellent job. It's so complex, though. It's very complex. But in this story, in this annual right here, they the Wasp and I think it was Yellow Jacket, which is Dr. Pym, he buys her a ring, and it happens to be uh, it happens to have Doctor Prism in it. Okay, he's inside of the gem, and it gets into the Wasp, and that's her, and she's attacking all the Avengers. But the reason I'm telling you this is because the real story, though, is Miss Marvel in this story. She has a child at the beginning of the comic, because she's pregnant at the beginning of the comic, and the kid grows up like within a few days. And at the end of the comic story, because it's an annual, is usually self-contained. It's like 64 pages, so they could get a whole big story in that thing. But her story arc was that she was impregnated by this guy named Icarius, or some godlike creature from space, and they end up going off together into space. And it was kind of a touchy subject. In fact, it got kind of like in trouble because the son actually grew up to be him, and it's kind of weird. Okay, but they that exited Miss Marvel. She eventually dies from cancer. So all this talk about Bree, she's not going to be able to continue. They don't like her. They want to get rid of her. I don't know if that's true or not. Um, I think she looks the part incredibly good as Miss Marvel. I don't understand the mumbling and stuff, portrayal of the character, but I think that's the director's fault. The director should be on top of that. Um, but anyway, so that is a way that Veve, Marvel, and Disney Plus are all tied together, and they can put the past issues in with the modern times. And if you go to Disney Plus, they've got everything in order on the movies. It's a cool little thing they have on it, where you can start watching them all in order according to the real time frame. Even though they might have made the movies 10 years apart and one before the other or after, they've got it all organized. But the best part about that is they can take all these storylines now, after this madness, movie coming out with Doctor Strange, and now they can explain. You can have 10 different Captain Americas. You can have people come back who are dead. You can have stars come back who you didn't think were going to make another movie, and insert them anywhere along that time frame. And that's incredible. That's valuable, because you kind of couldn't do that before, because it wouldn't make any sense, right? So that's going to wrap everything up and explain where that's how they're going to bring in the X-Men and the mutants, or the Fantastic Four, who've been, how are they just going to pop in all of a sudden? And Deadpool's coming over from Sony. Spider-Man's already over here. So anyway, that's when you see these comic drops, that's what's going on with these storylines. That is just, the complexity of it is incredible, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Now, if you like to read the comics, and maybe you're new at this, and you're getting a comic on Veve, and it's like, wow, I read that issue and I want to read them all. I want to read more issues. Well, your best thing is the Marvel Unlimited, and it's owned by Disney, and I think you can get in. It's $100 a month, or you can do $9 a month, or it's $100 a year, or $9 a month, or depending on whatever package you go with. This package, you just get an exclusive kit, so you could just do this if you just want the comics, and that kit comes with comics that only you get, whoever orders that $99. But anyway, they got every comic all the way back to the beginning of time that they started writing comics on this, and it's all digitalized. You can read them, all of them at once, type of thing, or whenever you so choose. And then they're 6 months behind the current titles. And so once you catch up, every week they come out with new comics. So even though you're 6 months behind, it would be like you were just getting the monthly comic like you would if you were actually waiting, even though you're 6 months behind. It's a really nice platform. It's really not that much money if you enjoy reading comics. I don't get nothing out of this. I know I tell you all I'm an affiliate marketer, but you can come here and sign up. I'm going to put the link down below to get over here. It's Marvel Unlimited. And I love it. I was reading comics in the 70s and the early 80s, and then I stopped for about 30 years. And now I've been catching back up on all the, storylines. I personally, I think the late 70s and early 80s were the best stories Marvel ever wrote, overall, on all its comics. Everything was just clicking then. They could not put out a bad comic for about 7 or 8 years. Okay, on All Day, I haven't heard anything yet, but what they've been doing at about noon, either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, maybe even Tuesday, but they didn't do it today that I know of. They dropped this random weird NFT to do with some team that it's not on the All Day platform. It's in the DApp store, and it's very limited, like a couple thousand maybe. So I can't report it, and nobody can. You just got to keep an eye open if you're signed up. At about noontime, maybe about 11:55, start looking at your email, because they will send an email to you. Now, they sent mine to me last week, 9 minutes after it dropped. I could not get it. But the time before that, I just happened to be looking at my email. Excuse me. I just happened to be looking at my email, and I was able to get it. So that is the best I can do for that. They don't announce it beforehand. Friday, they've been doing all the drops. I'm pretty sure there's going to be every Friday from here on out. So as soon as I find anything out, I'll let you know. NBA Topshots got its drops starting tomorrow for the Elite Pack for the trade-in tickets. That's where you take 25 moments and you burn them. You destroy them. And then with that ticket, you get a pack. 10 for the one on Thursday, which is the standard. I don't qualify for this because I don't have I'm only 266 collector score. You got to have a 4,000 or higher. And this one's, you don't have to have any collector score, but I'd have to destroy 10 moments. But what I'm doing, this is huge. This is what everybody's wanting on Veve. They're going to be burning. Supposedly, you're going to be able to burn NFTs and get collector points for them for your master collectors program, and do whatever you want with them. And then you can rent out. You can also rent out, but we don't know the exact There's a bunch of speculation. We don't know the exact rules yet. But this is huge for Top Shots because you literally can have a common card now that could one day theoretically be a one of one if you're the only one that doesn't burn it. Because I imagine they're going to be burning the high mint in and the not so valuable NFTs, right? Moments. So I'm waiting to see. I'm not burning anything, and I've took everything and unlisted everything off the market. I want to see so I can devise some new strategy on how to deal with this. And another platform that I deal with, and I make a video every morning of it, is Splinterlands here. And the reason I'm bringing this one up is very simply put, it's I don't know how I got that many DC all of a sudden, but I'll check into that later. Is they already you can already rent. In fact, that's how I'm getting my DC is from rental, but I don't have that many rental. And you can also burn them and combine them to make better cards and more, valuable cards. There's less in circulation. So what they've got going, Top Day is just starting. All Day said they're going to do it, and Veve's going to do it. They've been talking about it. So the burning is here, and it adds to the strategy because, like you said, like I said, you don't know what people are going to burn. So something that you got that you think is absolute not going to ever do anything could be like a Donnie. There's only all of a sudden 150 left. What if everybody on the first day decides they're going to burn the same NFT? Because it's not like everybody's going to know what the other person's doing. That's possible now. So it really changes the strategy, and I'm don't know how I'm going to approach it yet. I'm probably going to watch other YouTubers and see how they're doing it, and that's just something you got to take into consideration. But anyway, that's it. So there's two drops. There's the one, the Marvel 30,000 blind box, $6.99. Then there's the one elite pack. Where is that? Right there. And that's it for tomorrow. That's on Thursday. And that's all I got. So thank you for watching and have a nice day.